the time, training, nor the inclination for strategic thought.
Let's play replays anyway.
Knowledge Daddies.
Sean Barry enters the room. Sean Barry enters the room. Sean Barry enters the room. Sean Barry enters the room.
Andrew Steiner was already in the room.
Oh yeah, Zoom Songs, Volume 12.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Mazda. How you doing, Sean? How you hanging in there?
I'm doing okay. I met with a personal trainer today.
Oh, nice.
I think I'm gonna get one and finally stop being fat.
A personal trainer.
And money to just hit me every time I.
Is that a person who recommends which subway car to get on?
Yeah, that'd be good. That's actually a personal trainer.
Ah, I got you. I understand now. Now it all makes sense.
Yeah. Also, there's some frogs humping outside my window. It's just like
French people?
Oh yeah, those bloody frogs.
Yeah.
No, they're like super loud.
Damn.
Let's see if you can hear it real quick. Ready?
You know what else is super loud?
What?
This weed that I'm gonna smoke in the middle of the episode. What's up, Oscar?
Hello.
Speaking of weed, guys.
This guy smokes.
As I've said, I don't think that anything else that I'm going to say breaches any kind of spoiler barrier.
Oh, my phone. Okay, that's my bad.
That's a spoiler barrier right there.
God damn, we almost got spoiled. Why?
My fat hand hit the keyboard. And it took my video back on.
How you doing, Oscar?
I'm doing well. Just hanging in there.
Sean,
doing some laundry.
Sean became a train guy. He's one of those guys who sits by the tracks and is like, "Ooh, I love that locomotive."
Train. Sean, train.
Me and some other guys, we all wait for it, and then we all go, woo, woo, at the same time.
Let's change this to a train podcast.
Oh, we probably get more listeners.
An ironic train podcast.
An ironic train podcast. Never been done before, to my knowledge.
We'll just commit super hard and just try to learn everything we can about trains and just pretend we're actually interested in it.
I'm actually in trains.
Are we self-loathing enough to learn that much about trains, ironically?
Well, there's Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah, that is an interesting point, Oscar. I didn't really think of why does that imply we're self-loathing?
Oh, it does, because we invest so much to just torture ourselves to torture other people too. If they want to not, if they hate themselves, which they do if they listen to this podcast on some level, and then they decide to up the ante and they just want to hear ironically about trains for like an hour. We got to make them like 3 hours each though.
Yeah. We just read all the specs for each type of train.
What's your favorite train, guys?
What? I can't hear you.
Way to ask a question as you're leaving the room. I had no idea what you just said.
I really want to hear the answer, so I'm going to leave as I'm asking.
I was still in the room. I just went to the other side to get my phone because I got a text.
You really give a shit about our answer.
I really care what your favorite train is.
Oh, my favorite train is
Red One.
Have you guys ever been on New Jersey Transit?
Yeah.
They got some real interesting trains. They're very different from Metro North.
I haven't.
They got the double decker.
Oh, on the LIRR they have that too.
Yeah, and then they got a like a thing where you can turn the seats around. You can make them into like a 2-seater or like a face-to-face thing. Welcome, Michael Hollis, to the Train Podcast. We're just talking trains.
Today we're talking about trains.
All right.
I love trains.
Yes. Awesome.
Do you really?
Well, Yeah, because when I think about trains, I think of drinking on trains, going to a concert,
Okay.
or anywhere, kind of.
Okay. Picture yourself in a train, Mr. Hollis. What concert are you going to?
What concert am I going to? Well, 2005, I'm drinking Black House really hard,
Okay.
and I'm about to see the Disco Biscuits for their New Year's Eve run and take LSD for the first time.
Oh my God.
Right.
LSD at the Disco Biscuits.
LSD.
That's a name.
That's gonna make those biscuits rise real quick.
Oh baby.
How are you doing, Mike?
I'm doing all right. Good to see you virtually, all of you guys.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
When's the last time I saw you in person?
Man, it's been a while. I feel like my gut reaction is to say you're playing a show with you, maybe with with Alan, and like Daniel.
Yeah, maybe at Bacchus.
Bacchus was what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Yeah. Good times, man. I was in the band, man. How's are you still in Blue Museum?
I am. Yeah, we're actually about to release an album, and like every band during the pandemic recorded an album. Probably we did that too, and except we recorded the best one.
Right.
So there's that.
That's cool.
But we got to record with this really great producer, engineer, Scott Petito, who's kind of more well known for working with jazz guys and gals. Great artist. Like he's recorded Chick Corea, Herbie Hancock.
Oh shit.
He plays keyboards to like John Scofield and Dave Holland. Which Blue Museum's not really that, but he's also done some Mercury Rev albums too, and
I don't know them.
Yeah, they're like Flaming Lips kind of band.
Oh, cool. So if people haven't listened to Blue Museum, how would you describe the group? Is it still a trio?
Well, it's interesting to answer that question because at the core, it's now become like me and Jeremy Boniello.
Mm-hmm.
And we're kind of like the writing team. And when the pandemic hit, it's really the two of us recorded everything on the album. Mm-hmm. Well, Scott, the engineer, producer, recorded some bass as well. Okay. And yeah, one other person too, Phoebe, on there. But for the most part, it's Jeremy and I. And then the band could be as big as like 6 people. We're doing a show to kick off the release of the album. We're doing a show on August 7th in the Cave in Rosendale, the Widow Jane Mine.
Ooh,
and we're gonna have Amy Madeline on violin,
nice,
and my buddy Josh on cello.
Hell yeah!
And then it'll be me and Jeremy. So yeah, we're kind of it's the two of us, and then it can be bigger or smaller.
That sounds fun. I want to go to that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
Hell yeah! Is this your first album with Blue Museum?
Yeah, and even though I've released a full-length album with Breakfast and Fur, this is going to be, it kind of feels like my first like full album in a way.
Wait.
Because it's more, I did help write some of the record on Breakfast and Fur, and I played on all the songs, but it still was more like I was part of somebody else's dream and vision with that.
Yeah.
Where this is kind of like more like mine and someone else's.
Yeah.
Put together.
Yeah, man, I have some fond memories seeing your band, playing with your band. For people who don't know us personally, me and Oscar and Mike, we all went to New Paltz. We were in the music program. Were you a jazz major too?
Yes.
Nice. Yeah. So you studied with Juba and Vinny.
Yep.
Vinny. And actually, Mike and I went to the same high school, Sleepy Hollow High School.
True.
Go Horseman.
Yeah.
I was just letting Andrew know a connection to. I really enjoyed your episode with Matt. and
Yeah.
let him know his older brother was one of my best friends growing up. So I love all the Valdespinos.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good guy.
All put together.
Yeah, me and Matt, like I met him once. He came up to New Paltz, and then he started doing comedy, and I was already doing comedy. So like, we started talking a little bit, and I hung out with him when I went out to Seattle and did his open mic and whatever. That's how I know Matt, through Oscar.
Yeah. And you guys hooked up independently, like through comedy, which
Yeah.
is funny how everything, I guess, in this tri-state area,
Yeah.
things are so small. Once you like go to your respective like fields, like comedy or music, everything sort of just like links back together.
So I was curious if like being on the show was gonna be like I was gonna be famous now.
You are. I mean, you are
No.
famous now.
No.
How does it
No,
feel?
Not even close.
How does it feel?
If
that
anything,
people-
even less. It hurts you probably more than it helps you.
How does it feel that people like scream out to you when you're in front of your fish tank now?
Oh yeah, I feel like I've worked really hard to get to this place, and without the Knowledge Daddies, I wouldn't be able to be here today.
You're welcome.
In the fish tank.
The fish tank, this has become a mainstay of my remote teaching as well.
That's awesome.
And the uncanny valley effect can hit you if you notice the loop, but till then.
John, did you ever take music lessons?
No, that's not true. I one Christmas I asked for drums. So I wanted to be a drummer, and then I took like 3 lessons, and I was like, I'm bad at this. I just had drums in my room for like 4 years, and I would only bang on them if I had a guest over.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, and I just have no artistic talent. I have no musical talent in me at all. I can't sing. I can't strum a guitar.
But boy, you could dance.
Boy, goddamn it, I can dance. I have the heart of a poet, though.
You do? Let me hear a poem. Let's do a poem circle.
All right, we're doing a quick poem.
Yeah.
All right, we don't need to do iambic pentameter or anything like that.
Whatever you feel, man.
All right, whatever's in my heart. Frog. Ribbit, ribbit. Here it goes again, jumping from one lily pad to the other. Frog. Ribbit, ribbit. Does the frog know that I despise it so? Frog. Ribbit, ribbit. One can only guess where it is going to and where it has been from. Frog. Ribbit, ribbit. Is looking for one mate to go make little lily pads with. Frog. Ribbit, ribbit. That's at the end of the
I
poem.
like the part where you said frog. All right, I'm gonna do it. I'll do one. You gonna do one, Mike?
Yeah, I might as well, right?
Everyone has to do a poem.
Yeah, sure.
All
Let's
right,
do
okay.
it.
Oh, here we go. Slumber. Night crusts my eyes with its bloody gush, takes me into the depths of hell and makes me the slut I always was destined to be.
I at least got through mine.
That's a Bukowski sort of spoken word right there.
Let me try again. Sorry, that was too harsh and too vulnerable. I didn't mean to be that vulnerable. You're not supposed to be vulnerable with poetry.
So what do they all say is don't be vulnerable with poetry.
Gun in your sandbox, child play all day. You can see the crushing future eating away at your mother's organs. Don't tell me what to do. I'll tell you what to work at. You work hard, bitch. You fucking stupid kid. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Wow, there's so much darkness. There's so much to unpack.
What do you make of that, Michael?
It honestly brought up a lot of nostalgia for me. Made me think about what it's like to be ground down by the wheels of capitalist society and
Yeah.
my parents.
Do you feel ground down by the capitalism?
Typically,
Yeah.
Even in the fish tank.
a little less in the fish tank. Helps
Yeah.
mitigate that for sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel that way too, but I also feel like I'm okay. I'm on an upward trend in capitalism, but eventually I hate it. I just don't want it. I don't want to have to do anything but creative projects also.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, well, to answer that a little bit more honestly too, I feel pretty good for what I'm doing and where I'm at right now when it comes to that element of things, although it's and yeah, just I was talking with a friend of mine who's got a really great job and makes a lot of money, who's complaining about all of these job things that like my life is so far removed from. And it was things like they're taking away some of our like annual like retirement benefits because of the pandemic, and
Yeah,
but
because
it's
of
my and it does feel good to not have to deal or think about that. Like I could like if I want to have a retirement and work towards that, I could kind of like create that myself, and
I think-
it takes more discipline because you don't have somebody else doing it for you. But I like it that way.
yeah, me too, and I think the frogs do too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Freedom.
Ribbit.
Freedom frogs.
Ribbit.
Freedom to choose your own destiny.
All right, I need to hear another poem. Someone.
Oh God, I was scared you're gonna say that. Mike, you
I
wanna
guess
give it a go?
Yeah, I guess I'm up here. I was, to be honest, I was considering bringing out a friend of mine right now. I
Yeah?
don't know if he's really ready though.
Is
I
he
wanted to
naked?
introduce the world to Mike Grandinetti.
Mike Grandinetti.
Ooh.
Mike Grandinetti's about to drop a rap mixtape.
Oh shit.
Oh,
It's got
nice.
5 minutes long, 5 songs, most of them under a minute, a couple longer.
All right.
And yeah,
Well,
Mike Grandinetti's a real motherfucker.
bring Mike Grandinetti on, but let's get through our poetry.
do
first.
it.
Yeah, let's go. So, let's see here. Okay. With eyes closed, I walk forward. With toes curled, I smell the sweet aroma. Pasta fazool in my mouth makes me think of the sweet drip of the louse.
Ooh.
Big, supple mountains, soft like velvet. An uncanny valley, I take my dive. I know where to go. I was taught. I read the book.
Like it. I like it.
Nice.
That ended strong. Those titties? Were you talking about big titties? Because it sounded like it.
Yeah, I was talking about big titties.
I like calling the big titties the uncanny valley because you can't tell if they're real or fake.
There you go.
Yeah.
I had that in my head from before. It just, that's why if I'm going to improvise in a show, I don't practice improvising the day of. So I'll just end up kind of repeating that later.
See, that's the beauty of improvising on an instrument is you can't accidentally play titties. All right, Oscar.
Oh, you're gonna do it? All right.
And it's got to be at least 6 minutes long.
You have to keep going until we say stop.
All right. Cyclists. I fucking hate cyclists. I think of cyclists and I burn with fucking rage. I'm driving. I want to swerve. They're all sociopaths. Every single one of them. Selfish. They do not care for others. They do not follow the traffic laws. They shall all die and burn in hell. I'm just joking. I love cyclists. Driving on a bike is nice. You feel the breeze against your hair and your face. You feel free. You're not in the little box. You're in the car box with the gasoline. No, I'm joking. I actually do hate cyclists. Fuck them all. Actually, I'm pretty indifferent. There you go.
What a
Oh,
flip.
it had a real voice. It's like you really knew what you feel, and you just said what we all thought, and then didn't think, and then thought again.
Then you backed away like a coward.
There you go. That's an accurate representation of myself. A coward.
You know, I actually served on a jury for an incident with a cyclist in the car. And that's what that brought up a lot of feelings for me.
Huh.
Oh, wow.
We ruled in favor of the car.
Awesome. Good man. Good man.
I'm one of those cyclists now.
I love
because
cyclists. I'm sorry.
because I got the year membership to City Bike, and they have the electric city bikes, and it's so fun and convenient, and it's less disgusting than taking the subway. So
I
I'm
fuck with
just,
that.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
and I
Yeah.
feel like everyone drives like an asshole in the city anyway, so it's like I don't feel bad.
You just gotta be careful.
I mean,
It's a different vibe in the city though with the cyclists. Like they're in the game as much as the car drivers are, kind of, or for the most part. Whereas like you come upstate and it's just it's
bike lane. What's a
yeah.
bike lane?
They never heard of the bike lane. There's
Yeah.
no bike lane anyway, but
I've had some interesting cycling, global cycling. Like I went bicycling around Beijing a long time
Oh.
ago, and they had like an 8-lane bicycle highway around the city, which was crazy.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, the West Coast is definitely a little more equipped for it than we are out here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, they take it serious. Yeah, they have like nice big bike lanes. And I know I don't know. In Seattle, at least I've seen that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then you have to live in Seattle.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
We are all poets now. We are acclaimed. The people want to read our stuff. They dig it. I want to, Mike, do you remember when we were one time we ran into each other? I don't know if we were on Metro North or we were on a bus. Do you remember that?
I do. Yeah. Where was that?
I don't know. Good story though, right?
This is great.
Yeah.
This is great content.
That's the clip. That's the teaser.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Looking back at New Paltz as a college, as a music program, what do you feel now? Did you feel like it prepared you? How do you feel?
Oh man. Well, I'm accompanied by some veterans here. Yeah, like I would say that if I was maybe less self-motivated, I would have gotten less out of it.
Mhm.
Like if I needed more direction, it would have maybe been a little problematic at times, but I would say that I did happen to get a lot out of it. I had to fight tooth and nail at times for that. At one point, they were trying to cancel one of the classes that like was towards the end of my degree that I was really looking forward to because of
Which one?
this was jazz instrumentation and arranging.
Oh, I
and
loved
actually
that.
ended up stopping the class after a year or two after that too.
That was a great class. I took that.
Yeah. So so sometime after we took that, they combined it with the classical version of the same thing.
No, boo.
Yeah, like I really enjoyed that as well, and I thought that would have been really whack to not have gotten one semester on that content, and to try to combine it with classical. It would have been disservice to both of those realms. But
yeah, they're different.
Are there any classes you didn't take but wish you had?
Yes. I think there was like a straight up like counterpoint class, like classical
Oh
counterpoint.
yeah, that would be cool.
I don't know if I took that or not. I remember seeing something like that on there.
And
I don't even
Sean,
remember.
for our listeners who don't know, what is counterpoint?
Basically, kind of like putting.
No, Sean. I asked Sean.
Oh,
I need
Sean.
Sean.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Sean, what is counterpoint?
Google it real quick.
No, just you don't need Google.
No,
You-
just go off the top of the dome.
All right. Well, we're talking about music. Is that when like you got like a sheet of music and you go doo 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 doo, and
Yeah.
then it starts on like the next page, but then it counters back around when you're reading the sheet music, so it goes.
No, that's a round. That's a round. I think you're thinking of a round. That's like when the melody starts at different points.
To be
no.
honest, I don't not know what you're talking about,
Yeah,
but it sounds great.
I don't even know. But no, counterpoint. Mike, why don't you probably have the freshest definition in
I
mind.
mean, to put it most simply, I would just say putting like different rhythms against each other that fit in, kind of like a puzzle.
Yeah, it's like a chord except for the pieces. Do you know what a chord is?
Yeah, I know what a chord is.
So it's like instead of playing all the notes at once, they're kind of moving against each other in different directions.
It's melody against melody. That's like one against the other, like, and how each melody moves against each other. That's counterpoint.
Well,
So now with three different definitions.
on falling asleep.
Yeah.
Well, they're all the same though. They all work together. So
Yeah.
the different melody, the different rhythm,
Yeah.
and the different breaking up a chord
Mhm.
would be kind of like the different harmonies of the counterpoint, because you may or may not start at the same pitch, but you usually probably will end up highlighting the chord.
Mm.
Yeah.
One could argue that like a really good guitar player that's playing chords is
Go.
thinking in that context the whole time too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Voice
Voice
leading.
movement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
something that I try to do more and more.
You ever read Ted Green's Chord Chemistry?
No.
That's a crazy book of fucking weird chords that you would never think to play.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What else? Okay, counterpoint. Yeah, I can't even imagine taking an entire semester on counterpoint.
Species counterpoint, I think, is the proper term for it.
Yeah. There's this the old book that people used to work out of called the Fux Ad. I don't even remember the name of it, but that's like the species counterpoint. Like they would all learn, and there's like different levels where it's like whole note against whole note,
Right.
and then slowly they'll do like whole note get two against one, and then
I kind of regret not taking wasn't there like a visiting pianist in residence, Vladimir Ashkenazi, that guy?
Oh yeah.
Feldsman,
Feldman,
Yeah.
not
Oh,
Ashkenazi.
No, he's actually there is actually like a famous classical pianist, Vladimir Ashkenazi, I think. Am I right? Am I right, Sean?
yeah, I know. There's lots of pianists.
Okay.
You know, the funny thing is like Sean
I'm learning
I have to
things.
just highlight Sean's approach to that answer as a music teacher. I can relate to that.
Yeah.
I can relate to that.
I haven't said anything wrong yet. I just
Sean, have
haven't
you
said-
ever taught anybody anything?
I taught you some fucking manners.
By throwing me off of a floating platform in front of a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
Me, Oscar, and Michael have all taught music pretty extensively. And Sean's yawning again.
Ooh, sorry, I got one case. I need to get that. You could have ignored it. No one could see it.
I'm trying to keep you engaged here.
I'm engaged. I'm as long as you can listen and be engaged. I'm curious about what your guys' life was like before you met me.
You know what, Sean? Your background is making me think of one of the classes I did the worst in college that I feel like bringing up right now.
Astrology?
Exploring the solar system.
Ooh.
You think how are you gonna do bad in exploring the solar system? You know, you're
Ask
like,
that question.
how are you gonna do bad? Well, I had a terrible teacher that I think didn't teach, but helped me unlearn things along the way. And yeah, you know, it wasn't, I didn't despise her. She
Yeah.
just was not good at what she did.
Do you ever
I
take
don't
a
remember
class?
her name, and I know that she got fired thereon after because I ended up meeting the astrology teacher later.
Did
And
Oh,
that's a
wow.
funny conversation. But she was a good lady. She just, you know, not everybody's equipped to teach.
you ever take a class with Heinz Insufunkel?
Yes.
He's kind of like a weird mix of
Oh.
brilliant and crazy. Like,
The philosophy teacher, actually.
well, he was creative writing, but
Okay, yeah. No, you know
Huh.
what? I didn't, but I had very
Did-
close friends that were English majors, and I knew of him very well. Yeah.
yeah, he was
Hmm.
interesting. Like, he was obviously very, very smart. Like, he had translated books in Korean and short stories that had gotten to the New Yorker. Like, he's a very smart guy, but he also had like really like weird metaphysical theories that he treated as fact. Like, I remember like having long conversations in his office about like pennies to reverse the polarity of your energy and how microwaves
Oh,
like
wow.
realign the energetic structures of your food and like all this crazy shit.
So he was perfect for New Paltz, upstate New York area.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, that's insane. It's funny when you mentioned the solar system class. I had a different experience. I took a solar system class as well in college. I don't think I learned a lot either,
It was
but
just easy. You just got the A.
my final was literally I drew a picture of a black hole. Like it was black in the center, and then there was like I essentially made it so like you see lines, so like like what's the word? Varices? Varicose? Vertices. Yeah. Just so you could see space-time bending. And just bam, final project. And I was like, damn, that was an easy science
It's like
class.
the college version of building a volcano.
Do you know what
It really was.
I really liked?
Even less than that, because it was easier than building a volcano.
I actually really liked ethnomusicology with Dinnerstein. That was cool.
I actually minored in anthropology, and I almost double majored in that as well. So I
Cool.
took a lot of anthro classes. I got to the end, and then I was asking my anthro advisor, should I like push hard and double major? And luckily she was like, why are you going to do that to yourself? You need a grad degree anyway to do anything in that field. And you got the good enough grades in the classes you had. So
If you
I
could,
like that way of thinking. I'm going to chill.
if you could only listen to one like traditional type of music like that, you know, basically sounds the same as it has for hundreds of years,
Mhm.
what would you listen to?
Wow. Let me think on that.
Dead air.
Yeah, you know what? Just because it's like fresh in my head, I don't know if this counts, but gypsy jazz.
Gypsy jazz.
There you go.
But
That's cool.
But that hasn't been around for hundreds of years.
Yeah. Well, it's like an art form that everybody that plays it now they're just mimicking what like happened then.
Yeah.
And it's still really good, but and like fun to listen to.
Oh yeah, hell
not that innovative at all, you know, in my opinion.
I love that too.
Have you heard flamenco music live?
Not live.
Oh, that is a trip. Like it's like really intense. Is I guess they have the flamenco dancers and they're like tap dancing almost, but like in these crazy rhythms, like and where there's like crazy polyrhythms over each other. And when you're there, they're on a stage and it's really loud. So like you really feel rhythmically what's going on, and people are in the back like clapping, and then the flamenco guitarist is doing their thing.
Yeah.
And the way rhythmically it's structured, it's not like metric or like based off of pulse like Western music. And I mean it is, but it's more like Latin American music in that there's like a clave
Okay.
or like a rhythmic pattern that's repeated throughout it.
Yeah.
And the complexity of it's like really daunting. It's like hard to even like follow it if you try to like understand like theoretically what's going on. You try to hear it in the music. It's like you still could get lost in it, but it's just very beautiful and powerful.
That's
Yeah, I don't
cool.
fuck with that style of guitar playing, but
I can't either.
I do my best. Through teaching, I've gotten some more classical chops by default, but you know, definitely something that I have so much respect for. Without
Oh
a doubt.
yeah,
It's
it's a whole other instrument. Sorry.
I said I was gonna smoke weed about midway through this podcast, but I decided not to because I was just having enough fun without smoking weed.
Yeah. No
There
more
you go.
period. No more
I
drugs.
don't need it.
You don't need it.
I just need to improvise poetry. That's all I need.
That's
Yeah.
all you need to do.
Should we?
So I just played my first show where nobody had a mask on
Oh my god.
Oh,
last
wow.
weekend, and I felt pretty good about it. I did. I'm all vaxxed up, and
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
like feeling spicy out there.
Feeling
Ready to
good.
rock.
How where'd you play it?
This is an interesting one that I don't know to what degree I should get into it, but it was a memorial service but more of like a life party for a very interesting man in this area. I guess it was technically Wallkill. He owned part of the Shawangunk Mountain. Was a former CIA agent in the 60s
Whoa.
and 50s.
Wow.
And amongst a top of the business world as well.
Huh.
And I learned from an attendee. This is going to be on the internet, so I'm not sure like to what degree I should be.
If it's really bad, we'll cut it.
Yeah, it's like gonna be. It's on the internet. It's also like in the deep recesses of the internet. But
Cool,
yeah, definitely don't. Well, I mean, if you say something, you can always ask Sean to take it
But
out.
basically, like it seemed like there was an implication that they also worked in the nuclear division during the Cuban Missile Crisis, and
Oh wow.
confirmed the nature of it being similar to Dr. Strangelove,
Yeah, I mean,
which is what we already kind of were, I think, knew if you read anything about that stuff. But
something like so crazy like that. It's like, how could it not be? Well, I mean, you don't want it to be like Dr. Strangelove, but it's like absurd just by existing the way it is. It's like a button that could just like,
Destroy humanity.
Yeah.
it was very surreal, and music kind of can, being a performing musician, you find yourself in these weird places sometimes like that.
What were you playing? Jazz?
Yeah, he was a Glenn Miller fan. So I actually played, which are probably some of the most famous jazz songs of all time, for the first time I've ever played live, like In the Mood and Moonlight Serenade, that kind of stuff. Real swinging.
Very cool. Well, it's about that time. Michael Hollis, tell people where they can find the new album coming out for Blue Museum. That's going to be fire, straight fire. I want to find it.
Straight fire. It will help you make money and come to terms with your inner demons as well. Find that shit on iTunes, Spotify, Bandcamp, might be bluemuseummusic.bandcamp.com actually. bluemuseummusic.bandcamp.com. michaelhollismusic.com.
Is it out already?
Huh?
When's it dropping? Is it out?
No. We're not going to release it. We're probably releasing it the very beginning of 2022.
Oh my God, you fucking tease.
I know. Wait. No, check it out real quick. I'll give you this, depending on what goes live first. We have this. Oh no!
The simulation's breaking down.
Break it down. Right. You guys are gonna know that this is my OnlyFans Studio 2 soon, and I can't let that fucking happen here. So no. August 7th is the day of our show at the Widow Jane Mine in Rosendale. Come on out. That's the kickoff for the release stretch. We're gonna be dropping videos, all sorts of singles and fun art. We got people making really cool, I'm forgetting the proper term, but pins and patches, shirts, all that fun.
I'm gonna try to be there. I really
swag
am.
and all that kind of shit. So yeah, the museum. Come give us a follow on Facebook and
Instagram.
That's right, Instagram, definitely.
You're on Instagram. I'll fucking follow you right now, motherfucker.
Do it.
Follow to follow, baby.
Yeah, baby. All right. Well, yeah, I'm excited for that show. I really hope I can make it.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
You think about recording it?
Yeah, I'd like to do something like that. And we actually just got I just got tagged in the message by the guy who is booking me there about somebody who does solar powered lights for the cave too. If I want to use that.
So how would that work? Solar power.
I mean,
power
yeah,
for
that's
the
true.
cave.
I guess they run the cable from the outside. I didn't
the
even
ancient
put that sentence together till right.
A series of mirrors.
Yeah. Well, okay, yeah. That's how microscopes work too these days. But
series of mirrors.
All right, man. Well, it was really great having you on. I really appreciate it.
Y'all gonna have to keep a lookout for Mike Grandinetti. That shit's gonna drop by the end of June, probably. Me and my buddy, who goes under the guise of the mozzarella sticks. If you like drugs, sex, and cartoons,
I like all those things.
come give it a listen.
What's that?
That's gonna be amazing.
This is the first time anybody's fucking even hearing about it, and it's gonna be a surprise. I'm gonna drop it, some music videos too.
Where's that dropping?
I don't even fucking know yet. Just follow me and you'll find out. Michael Hollis, michaelhollismusic.com.
michaelhollismusic.com.
Yeah.
You heard it first, and if you want guitar lessons in the Hudson Valley, he's the man too.
That's right. Guitar. I'm even teaching banjo, bluegrass improvisation now. Whatever.
Nice.
Ayla Fleck and the Fleck tones over here.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, it's been a fun one. Thank you again for coming on, Michael. And hopefully I'll see you upstate.
Yeah, let's hang soon. Nice to meet you, all of you. Or nice to meet you, Sean, and see you virtually too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, everybody.
Peace.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.
Guys, wait, before you leave, 1 second.
I was about to hit it in the butt.
Just want to say something.
Uh-oh.
Follow Knowledge Daddies too.
Yeah, I think we do.
Oh. I forgot about that.
How's the episodes coming, guys?
How's the what? Episodes? Oh, I talked to some guy today about editing them for us. But we're gonna wait until July until maybe Oscar has time to do it himself.
Yeah, because it's gotta have a daddy's touch.
Yeah, that sounds so fucking wrong. Gotta have daddy's touch. We bring the daddy's touch to you. You want to get touched by daddy?
All right.
Everything we touch turns to issues.
I'm gonna put you on a list with that mustache.
You're the one who said it, man.
I didn't say it like that.
I mean,
you said it like that.
I did not say it like that.
You did. You got the same mustache.
You're thinking it. I have a different mustache.
I mean,
it's barely a mustache.
That's worse.
I have mustaches currently.
Because men who have a lot of testosterone and can grow mustaches don't want to have sex with kids. So
you look like a pedophile. I don't know.
No, he doesn't look like a pedophile. He just looks like a creep. There's a big difference.
Thank you. And my girlfriend who is of age and got her first gray pubic hair likes it.
Why do you tell us these things?
Because she's okay with it, and I think people they like to know details.
No, they really don't.
It makes us feel more real.
All right. I'm tired. I want to go to bed.
All right.
All right. That's it for Knowledge Daddies, everybody. Come back next week.
Or no.
Or don't. I mean, looking at the numbers, most of you don't, so.
Good night.
All right.